What's up, everyone? Right now we are getting ready to go to our second ever card show. Got my box ready to go here, and we are getting ready to go to the Desert Dogs card show, so I'll let you guys know when we get there. What's up, everyone? Thanks again for tuning in to another Vinny Sports Cards video, and I'm very excited for today's video. I finally went to my first card shows, and I went to two. I'm kind of late on the videos, but I went to two over 2 different weekends, so I wanted to go over and recap some of the trades that I made. These are the first ever card shows I've ever been to, so I was honestly a little scared, a little nervous. I didn't really know what to expect, but I was honestly able to find some really cool cards and make some really cool deals. My first ever trades and purchases at a card show. So I figured we'll go through some of the cards that I traded for and let you know some of the things that I've already flipped that I don't even have anymore. So stay tuned for that. But first trade we'll go through is this is the first card I've ever actually bought at a card show, and I wanted it to be a PSA slab. I didn't necessarily care how nice it was. I just knew I wanted to buy a PSA slab for my first card at a card show. And so I was flipping through the value bins and I found this Allen Iverson. I know it's a 8, but just the fact that it's a little holographic and it's an Allen Iverson and the hardwood, I really liked the card, and it was like $15, a little cheaper than that maybe with my trade value. So I was honestly pretty happy with the pickup. Even the back is a little holographic with a picture of him too. So I thought this was a really cool card for my first ever pickup, and I'm a huge AI fan anyway, so whether it's a high value card or not, I don't really care because this is my first PSA slab, so this will always have some value to me. And then that same day, I also was able to trade for this Michael Jordan Barcelona card, which is pretty awesome. I think I'm going to try to start collecting some of the older Olympic cards. And so I saw this Michael Jordan card and I knew I had to snatch it up. The dealer was doing it for like, $5. And then I also saw this Shaquille O'Neal triple threats Fleer 1994-95 card, which I thought was super sick too. Just the way it looks is cool. And it's a Shaquille O'Neal Orlando card. You really cannot beat that. So I was able to trade a couple LeBron and Curry parallels for this card. Nothing like super high value, bunch of $2 and $1 cards, but you give them enough and you're able to get a cheaper MJ card and a Shaquille O'Neal card too. So I was pretty happy with that. And then at the first card show, you also tend to make some mistakes, and I will admit I maybe have made a few mistakes. I saw these 2 slam cards, and these are different prices now. The dealer had this for $20. When I comped it, I wasn't really sure how comps even worked at that time. This was my first card event, so I wasn't sure how to look at the recently sold and everything on eBay, so I was still pretty new. And then I also got this from the guy and another card. It was a Jalen Brunson City Edition. It was a numbered red ice card. I'll pop that up on the screen because I've actually already traded that card. I'll tell you how I traded for that in a little bit. But I also traded that card too, and he had that card listed at $20. And I looked at the comps later on and realized, that was a $2 card. So you live and you learn. I really made a mistake on that one, and it was a $50 trade value he had for these 3 cards, and honestly, you just take some L's. I traded a Wemby for it and a nice bomb squad for it too from Damian Lillard, a numbered card. So the Jalen Brunson numbered card, I kind of thought it was equal, and then these 2 for the Wemby rookie, I thought it was a good deal, and a couple other LeBron and Curry like parallels and inserts from boxes I've ripped in the past. But I'm still with these 2. I like Derrick Rose, so I just got this one for $5 value, and I'm put a $15 tag on it. I don't think it's gonna sell for $15. The last comps were $10, So we'll see. And then Devin Booker, I'm in Arizona, so I think I could easily flip this for $10 too. So I'm not too concerned about that. And lucky me, I also was able to purchase a James Harden autographed card, which I don't have currently with me anymore because I flipped it immediately at the next card show. So I'll pop up a picture of it on the screen for you, but it was a Leaf James Harden autographed card, and it was 13 out of 25. So if you know James Harden, you know he wears number 13. It was a jersey match. And the dealer had it for 45, and I was looking at it, kept going around the card show. It was still there. And if you know me, you know I'm a Clippers fan, and I went to ASU, so I had to get the James Harden card. And I asked him if he would trade with me for something. He didn't like any of my cards, unfortunately. That's how it is sometimes. I didn't take offense. But I did still really want the card, so I offered him 40 instead of 45, his listed price, and he took it. So I took that, snatched that up, because the last comps for the card was really hard to find, honestly. The Leaf Auto. There was a purple one and a blue one, but I could not find this bronze one. And I finally found one for like 47. So I knew instantly, hey, I got one for 40. The last one sold for 47. Being in Arizona, and it's a jersey match card, I'm not sure if the dealer even noticed that. I'm going to try to double flip this like $70, $80. So that was what I did. And the next card show I went to the next weekend, I had that listed at $80, and I was walking around to the dealers, and lucky me, I had a dealer buy it, and he said he was willing to give me a good value for it. So he paid me 45 in cash, and then he also threw in these two cards that I found, this Paul Skeens, which he had listed around 15 value, $10 value. And I think this is just a sick card. I don't have a lot of baseball cards, so for me to get a Paul Skeens, which is one of the top players, and a sick parallel, this is something hopefully I can trade well at the next card shows. And then this, T. Higgins. This card show was 3 days before T. Higgins signed his massive new deal. So I could not have lucked out better with this card. He had it listed at $5, and it's 67? Yeah, 67 out of 299. And it's a jersey patch, gold standard. And I do think it was game worn. Let me see. It might be. The enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from a specific game. Oh, well, not. But it is still a sick card. The Gold Rush with the T. Higgins, buying it for a low price right before he gets the massive contract. I know I can flip this. So I took that $40 James Harden auto to $45 cash, plus what he had listed as $25 worth of cards on top of. I thought that was an amazing deal for me because I got more cash, and I can flip these cards for more cash or better trades in the future as well. Huge pickup. Another big pickup for me, I traded a Cam Scatterboo, which I do not have anymore, unfortunately, but I picked that up at my first card show. It was a blue sapphire. I'm not sure if it's blue, but it was a sapphire Cam Scatterboo, ASU, and if you know him, he's a big time running back. So I traded that one card and $20, so $20 plus the card, for this Fernando Tatis Jr. bat 132 out of 199. Like I said, I don't have a lot of baseball, so I'm trying to trade a lot of my basketball and football cards out, and I still don't really have a lot of football. But I bought that card, the Cam Scatterboo, for $20, and the dealer had it listed for 28, so I offered him 20. He took it, and I flipped that for this, which was listed as 30 and last sold for 30. And then I also got this Acuna bat memorabilia, Allen and Ginter, I think. And then I also got this patch, New York Tools of the Trade, Jeff McNeil. Pretty sick patch. If I could find a cool New York fan, he could, or she could easily eat this up. It's a sick patch. And then the freshman flashbacks, Derrick Henry, with the patch as well. So all of that for $20 in a Cam Scatterboo. I think I definitely had a pretty fair trade with that, honestly. And then my next purchase was this Michael Vick rookie card. And I'm a Atlanta Falcons fan, So it was cool to see a Michael Vick rookie card. I instantly picked that up, just a regular base score card. And then Jaren Jackson Jr., Defensive Player of the Year, maybe even reigning again now that Victor Wembanyama's out. He had this rookie patch essentials of Jaren Jackson. And I want to say it is player worn material. Yep. So that's cool. DeAndre Hopkins with the Obsidian. I think it's out of 75. 55 out of 75. So that's a sick card. Then this 4-patch. Immaculate Collections. And I love Thomas. So hopefully I can get a good Saints fan maybe to get this card. This was a really nice one. And then another Michael Vick Obsidian patch, Cutting Edge. So this one was also another sick card for me. It's tough for me to say if I'm going to keep these for the personal collection or if I'm going to trade it. Honestly, I'm probably going to trade it because I want to learn the tools of the trade. But this was 20 out of 50. So I was happy with that pickup. That I just straight up purchased, and I offered him, I think, maybe $15 or $20, and he gave me a good deal, honestly. He had these all listed at about like $30 to $40, so he gave me a good deal. He was happy I was looking through his value bins, didn't get a lot of action, so he gave me a good deal. And then speaking of value bins, I went through some like 50-cent bins that were also 90% off. So he's giving massive deals. He's trying to sell these cards. So I picked up a good amount of cards for only $5 for this whole stack. $5. So got the Anthony Edwards Sky View. Another triple threats. I got that triple threats Shaquille O'Neal for like about $4 or $5 value. And then I come around and find a Karl Malone for like 5 cents, 10 cents. So you never know what you're going to find. I might try to start looking for as many of those as I can and build the set. That might be something cool that I could do. Got the Anthony Edwards down there. Anthony Davis, Jokic. This is cool. It's not really worth a lot. It just looks cool. He's got $5 on these all, but he literally gave this all to me for $5. Fearless, Zion, City Editions. It's just a base, but honestly, the City Editions look still pretty cool. The Splash, Kawhi. I feel like I never pull any Kawhi cards, and I pull a lot of cards, and I'm a huge Clippers fan, so I just had to get it because I never even pull Kawhi cards. Sheesh, Tyrese Halliburton, the Hoopla, another Sheesh for Jason Tatum. And then the game ticket. I thought this one was sick with the way it refracts with the blue ice, with the blue Duke game ticket, especially with March Madness going on right now. I think this is an easy flip. Duke in the Final Four, if they make it to the championship, Duke is going to be on fire right now. So I could easily flip this, which is like a 10-cent card. If I could just even get $5 for this one, that's a big come up. Another City Edition Paolo. I saw one of his rookies at one of my last shows, my first show, and somebody offered me $30 just for his rookie cracked ice, and I was like, heck yeah, I didn't even know it was worth that much, so I took that, and now I'm looking for Palos. If people want him that bad, I'm gonna save my Palo. So here's a blue cracked ice for 10 cents. If I could flip this for $2, $3, $4, $5, that's a big come up, and the color match on that, it looks crazy. People will eat that up. The Deep Space. I really like the way these cards look. Even though it's just a base card, I love it. And then the Hardaway. I really think another sets I'm going to try to keep. I know it's not the same set, but I want to try to get like older Olympic cards and even maybe more modern stuff. But I want to start with older Olympic cards. I think it's cool getting the USA basketball stuff. I'm trying to figure out what types of cards I want to collect. I think USA basketball would be a cool one because it's only the best players that play for them. And I wanted to save these last two because I love Wemby and that's why I got into collecting. But another PSA slab, my second ever PSA slab, so I'm excited about this one too. It's a Wembanyama one. Might not be worth a lot. It was stickered at $40. I offered him $30. He said, you know what? You're paying for the grading for the card. Sure. Give me the $30 price tag. So I am beyond happy with this. Hopefully when he comes back from injury, this just goes right back up in value. But until then, I'll probably hold on to it. And then another table right next to him had this new case hit Victor Wembanyama Hypnotized from the new 2024-25 NBA Hoops. It's not a rookie card, but it is still a really sick card in his second year. I got this right after he got injured, so he had it listed as 50, and I was just looking at the comps. Like, I knew this was a nice card, but I was looking at the comps, and it was not a $50 card. Like, I was seeing it for at most $15, $20. Most of them were around like $12. So I offered him, I was like, hey, would you do like 10, 20? And then I offered him 20 because he was like, I really can't go 20. And I was like, man, I know I could flip it for probably 20 value. So I offered him 20. And he said he'd think about it. But then I offered him my box. And I said, would you want to look at some of my trades too, potentially? And he's like, sure. So remember that deal I told you with the City Edition Jalen Brunson, which I'll pop back up on the screen for you, that numbered card, which I absolutely got destroyed on. He charged me $20 for it in that trade, and it was a $2 card. I wish I knew how to look at comps back then, but it's my second show now, and I know how to look for comps. So I asked him, I said, I need a lower price. And he looked at the Jalen Brunson, and he actually liked it, and he said, let's do an even trade. And honestly, now that I knew it was $2, even though the last guy had the sticker of 20 price on it still, I was like, I think I need to offer you a little more still. Like, I don't know if that's a fair trade for you, because I know in my head that that's a $2 card, and he's giving me this like $12 card. But he's straight up, he's like, no, I think that's fair. You showed me the comps on your card. And I was like, I took an L on that card. I'm going to take the dub on this. And I took it. So, hey, this is how sports cards work sometimes. You take L's just to take dubs right back. So I took an L on that card with $20 trade value, but then I basically traded for what he had it as a $50 card. So you never know. Like, you might take some L's, but you might take some dubs too. I think I'm really satisfied with my first two card shows that I've ever done. I'm going to the Front Row card show in Phoenix this weekend too, and the Gilbert Chandler show as well, same day. And then I'm going to go to the trade night too. So I'm going to have a busy weekend. Hopefully some cool videos coming to you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you think these are cool cards, or if you think I got destroyed on any of the trades. I think most of the trades were pretty fair, honestly. If anything, most of them were in my favor, especially with what I think I can do with the cards. I really am trying to get better with the trading for higher values. And I've also bought some materials to start selling on eBay and CompC, maybe even try that some. And also follow me on the CollX app. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. It's a newer app. I just downloaded it, and I'm starting to upload all of these cards on the CollX app. So follow me on there, check that out. I'll probably start posting some of these for you to buy on there too. So if you want to see any of these cards and maybe buy them, check out the CollX app. I will probably be posting on there pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching another video here, and I will see you on for the next video. Peace out.